So how do you turn a carbonized bread like that into this with no recipe? And is it even worth recreating? But first, let's see what happened to this poor loaf. It's a warm August morning in the year 79 CE. You're strolling around the streets of Pompeii, passing through markets and your local pistrina, when a violent roar shakes the sky. Mount Vesuvius has awakened. The sky fills with clouds of gas as 500-degree ash takes control of the streets. Pompeii is buried alive along with your local bakery. It's only 1700 years later, archaeologists uncover something unexpected. Carbonized loaves of bread. No recipe survived, but through grain analysis and Roman texts, researchers were able to reconstruct how this bread was made, and today, we're bringing it back to life. So when recreating ancient bread, you're supposed to be using rustic ingredients and techniques, which I kind of mess up a bit later, oops. But anyway, returning from the ashes would be barley flour with the chunks sifted out, and spelt flour with, of course, honey, salt, and olive oil. Finally, some very active sourdough starter, because in the old days, you didn't have Mr. Fleischmann's or Mr. Mill's dry yeast like today. You had to rely on your natural bacteria flowing in the air. Now, when your dough is extremely goopy and wet like this, you need to teach it how to behave. We'll be using slap and fold techniques to create as much gluten and discipline as possible. Now, after resting and a second round of teaching how to be a good dough, is this bread even worth recreating? I guess at this point, we've given enough brutal love, might as well know for sure when we taste it. Now that our bread is behaving, it deserves a stamp of honor by wrapping a string around to make 8 sections inspired by Panis Quadratus, making it easy to share in 8 pieces. I also later learned you only need to push the string deep down and not actually tie the string, which may have created even more problems later on. But hey, at least my bread isn't escaping anywhere. And then I ran out of string, but worry not, as I am the bread doctor. So voila, sutures are done. Once your dough has taken a quick nap, we can transplant it to its final vessel and into the oven. After a 40-minute timeout at 450 degrees, our 2,000-year-old Pompeii bread is begging to be unchained from its strings, which we'll be having a hard time accomplishing due to our earlier mistake. But again, I am the bread doctor, and here it is, our gorgeous, non-carbonized version of a historical artifact. Let's see if it is any good. But first, close your eyes, as we're about to do one of the worst cardinal sins in the bread world, as we cut up our very hot and unrested bread in bite sizes. So I tasted it plain, and it was pretty good, you know? But then I tried it with a bit of butter and honey, and oh boy, this bread was worth it. Here's my live reaction.
Wow. That is good.
So while my friends are devouring this newborn bread like seagulls at McDonald's, this bread, very soft on the inside, nice and crackly on the outside, the texture, not gummy or dense at all, which can happen with wild yeasts. The flavor, very nutty, slightly sweet, but then add butter and honey, and oh boy. Alright, I hope you guys like this new format. If you did, let me know in the comments. And if you guys like this type of content, feel free to subscribe to not miss out. Alright, that's it. I'm out.